My wife made me the Taiwanese version of steak and eggs this morning. Okay. So good. All right. Let's get back to it. Stationeers, episode 18. So I did play again, a little bit offline, off stream last night, just to wrap up a few things. So one thing I did was I brought the data line from the solar panel array all the way down here and added this lever. And what that does is that controls the beacon. So now that our solar tracking is fully online, it's morning, we are rotating to around 240 degrees in the morning and down to 162, but we started at around 165. So that's important because we want our solar tracking to park in a starting position. So probably 235 degrees. Excuse me. And 165 degrees on the vertical. And for these, it is going to be 90 degrees less than what these are going to be. So east is plus 90 horizontal, and south is going to be I'd say 145. Maybe just 150. Yeah, we'll say it's 150 and 240. All right, so parking will be 150 horizontal, 165 vert, plus 90 for the east, and that's going to be our parking value. To continue our programming, now that our chip is online, we can go one of two ways. One thing I'm thinking about doing is just putting the computer here. Set those aside for a second. I'm really running. Do data disk stack? They do not. Oh, that's a sorter motherboard too. So let's just swap out these motherboards. What? All right. And I'm gonna take this silver, and stick it in you. Okay. You go back there. Now we should be able to. Oh, now that I see that, I need to fix that. My power's getting low on the battery, on the suit. Okay, so the computer will go here. Oh, can that? It can't. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, we'll just do it this way. Okay. Do I need the disk? Currently flashing an error. Let's use this one. Oh, I know why. How? So... I could put it here. I wasn't paying attention. I just thought they were different. Or is it possible to make it two different ways? That's not a bad question. One of two. Whoa. What is this? Huh? Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Okay, so for power for you, I think it's easier if we just route you along this stem and into this line. All right. Currently flashing an error. Really? Oh, you don't see the IC. Wait, you don't see the IC? I might not have connected those networks. They might be completely separate. Yeah, they are. This is only connected to these guys. So what I want to do instead... We'd have to do it over here, though. And eventually I need to reclaim that memory. Do I have memory? I do. Where's the other memory? Oh. Okay. Waste, tank, caution. Let's get this started. Uh-oh. I'm going to put this away so we make sure we're connecting and not overlapping. Okay. Because we don't want to intersect with the other line, otherwise we'd just... Well, it's only two additional things. You know what? I don't mind them intersecting. That's fine. We'll combine those two data networks. Okay. I don't think there's any more. Okay. With this retro design, I think we can put this in the wall and have it just a little bit currently flashing an error. There, it's IC housing. Okay, we're gonna go name that guy. That's good for now. Okay. So I'm assuming, are both of these meant to be entrances? I feel like I need to place some walls here. Definitely want to put a wall here. I've already started on one, actually. Let's get some plastic. Yeah, it's not plastic. Looks good. I saw something move over there. I swear I saw it again. Can't imagine what it would have been. Okay. I am going to set this guy back a bit. See, I wouldn't have done this with the modern computer, but with the old-fashioned, I like its smaller footprint, and you can still see the screen without it being set into a wall. I don't think you need the data disk. I see roof solar. Yeah, the data disk doesn't really do anything, but it's storage for data disks. All right. Okay, so we're seeing the IC roof solar. We're seeing the code on the chip. We can go into the editor. We can add notes. All right. So let's compartmentalize what we know already. So south equals default. That's not true yet, but it will be eventually. South will be our default configuration since it requires the least number of calculations right now. No, wait, vertical equals Mars vert, horizontal equals Mars horizontal. Plus 90. All right. East equals vertical Mars Mars vert plus 90. Mars horizontal plus 90. For parking. Parking south equals vert 165, horizontal 150. Parking east will be vert 165, horizontal 240. Okay, let's just move these down here. Okay. So SBN, SPD, SPDE, vertical 165, SBN, SPD, SPD south, vertical 165, SBN, SPD, SPDE, horizontal 240, SBN, SPD, SPDS, horizontal 150. Oh, fuck. All right, so in start, we will check for nightfall. If there's nightfall, we'll jump to park and then jump to rest. Otherwise, we will continue with our daylight tracking. Okay. All right. Library. We're going to add this to our solar tracking. We're not going to add it to the IC chip yet. Let's go get our suit power and our let's get that charged up. We're using an inventory space for that portable light, but we're not really using it right now. Okay. So the plants in our hydroponic station just outright died. I'm not sure why. Temperatures in here is up to 27 too. That's interesting. The water cooler is not on. It's not flashing an error. .15, 293.15. And the temperature in here is 296. Okay. %, battery on this thing. We need to swap over. We're still dropping water. We're going through a lot of water right now. Okay, so the temperature's still within operational thresholds. We're not using any power or anything. Okay, let's eat something. Just 1 milliliter. And that's all we're gonna have for a while since I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this guy. There's only 2 ports, water and power. So I don't know if there's a limitation to its logic that you have to define. I've already got logic set up in this place to govern this grow light. All right, so let's check out the hydroponic station. I did take a look at this once before. And they really don't tell you anything about this thing. Yeah, 3 connections. So 1 for power, 1 for data, and then a pipe liquid input. All right, logic slots. It's got occupied, quantity, damage, efficiency, health, growth, class, max quantity, mature, prefab hash, sorting class, reference ID. They've also got power, error, pressure, ratio oxygen, ratio carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide was already at the right ratio. It didn't, well, it was at the level that was fine when I had just hydroponic stations in here. So what I can do, we have some extra seeds. So can we move this? Looks like we can. Somehow we lose a pipe. I don't have any extra on me. So if that works, then I can bring a data cable out like this, and we'll just route it in with the power cable. And expose it that way. We need to get that pipe connected. Somehow we lost a pipe. I guess because we're adding a length of separation between these two and connecting them at a later segment. Man, that sounds violent when I hit that thing. I don't really see a way to save pipes down there. It's possible. Oh, we don't want to do that. All right. We should be able to do this. There we go. That's what we call operational efficiency. That's what I did for my job for 25 years. Okay. Nope, not ready to put that one there. Huh? Ooh. Okay, so we just want to read at this point. We don't need to manipulate the data. We just want to read it. So we just want one logic I/O. Okay. And we want you to read the hydroponic station. And we're going to be reading various values. All right, power is 0. Power is on, 1. Error, 0. Pressure. Pressure in regards to what? One kPa, 500, 400. It doesn't drop down to 500, 400. So the pressure is not. Pressure does not appear to be related to the water, unless it's reading something different from what we're reading. Well, now it just dropped to 400. All right. Did I turn it off? Yep. Temperature 289. That's a little warm. But it's not outside the required threshold. I already closed that. That's warmer than the room is. No, it's not. That's cooler than the room is. It's 289, not 298. So setting equals 5. What is 5? Ratio oxygen, 0. Ratio carbon dioxide, 0. Nitrogen, 0. Pollutant. Volatiles. Okay, so ratio water is what's in the pipe. Maximum 100. Ratio what? 0.05. Okay, yeah, it's on. Required power, 100 watts. Total moles, 5. Of what? Water? Nitrous oxide, 0. Prefab hash, 144.176.7298. What was it? 144.176.7298. Okay, so yeah, that's just giving us the hash for the piece, prefab hash. Combustion, 0. That's good. It's interesting that it has a reading for that. Ratio liquid oxygen, liquid volatiles, steam. There's steam in there, but it's water vapor. It's not really hot. Liquid carbon dioxide, liquid pollutant. Carbon dioxide has to get extremely cold to become liquid. reference ID. I'm not sure what reference ID is. Make sure hydrogen, liquid hydrogen, fluid water, name hash. 253838145. That's, we haven't renamed it yet. Nope. Okay, so power error. All right. So let's plant something in here. We're just gonna go potatoes. We don't want to lose any more of the we don't want to lose any more of the soybean seed than we have to, since it's the shortest supply we have. Okay, thriving. Okay. So what can we write to on this guy? Okay, so if we're reading, did I miss it? Oh, these are what we're reading from. I need to write. Lizard playing. Okay. Okay. Okay, it turned off, but I didn't hear it turn back on again, so I had to toggle it. Okay, so this can read the sensor above to know when daylight is hitting or not. So if we can control that grow light, which I think might be a thing, we can set this thing up like we have that grow light set up to turn off the light inside the station. I don't know if that's necessary. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing. Okay, so output is going to go to the hydroponic station. We're going to write to the setting. Okay, so we can only write to the setting. Right now the state is 0. And we're not really reading anything. Let's go ahead and read the daylight sensor. Setting 1. I guess we're going to have to wait for nightfall to check for setting 0. I don't want to wait all day, so we might just go out. Yeah. Is there anything else for setting? Nope. Okay. We only saw setting 5. We didn't really check to see any other settings. Everything's thriving now. Okay. So the reason I think this is a thing is because the grow light was always on, and plants need darkness as much as they need light. A constant light source is not healthy for a plant. And so I think that could be the reason why we had a failure. Everything in here died the first time. Everything was growing poorly by the second day. And I think that's because it went all day and night without any darkness. Yeah, it'll be a while before we reach darkness with this, so let's just put things away and we'll come back and check this later. Open up let it reset. Turn these off. We can check the greenhouse while we're here. Okay, eventually we're going to want to start wiring these up. Power and data are joined together. Ah! Sorry, little plant. All right. Ah! Oh, I'm bouncing off the ceiling. Wait, I missed one? Okay. That's a start. I think we want to route them like this. There we go. Oh. We don't want to use our jetpack in here. Okay, so let's do that. I think this will be the right height. Ah, I'm so easy to get thrown off of there. Okay. No. Yeah, this is the right. Okay, so let's put this cable away and use a data cable to connect. So I know this is power and data, and they're now tied in. So what can we do with one of these? Left mouse harvest potato. So that produced a seed. That produced a potato, clearly. Okay, so how do we get it a seed to plant? Okay, so we have the foundation here. Let's turn it off for now. So two things: we need to be able to see the state of the Okay, it already saw the state. It already saw that it could pick a seed, and it could already saw that it could pick a potato. So even without having these device hydroponic trays, hydroponic trays wired up, it's able to see the state of the plant below it. And if I look at this one, it's going to say concede, harvest potato. So the question is, okay, so that's one thing. So we don't need to wire these up yet. I don't know why. Okay, there's got to be some reason for wiring up the trays, and we'll take a look at that later. But for the Harveys, it looks like we don't have to do any of that to get them up and running. So the next thing is, how do we get it a seed when it's time to replant? And since we have to deliver it seeds dynamically, can we rotate seeds? Like plant a potato first time and then plant a soybean the next, and just keep rotating through different crops in here, producing a surplus of all of them. Okay. So we need to figure out how to deliver seeds to this thing. Let's try this. You go ahead and put your harvest. That was probably a seed, right? So now the seed is somewhere in here. If we clear the potato, and then we plant potato, it says plant potato seeds. But it looks like it used a potato, not a seed. All right, so let's start with this one then. Harvest. Okay, that pulled a seed. Harvest potato. Plant. Yeah, it doesn't automatically pass through to the next system. So now it'll plant the seed. Okay, when it's planting the seed, it makes it look like a potato, but it's actually using the seed that was in there. All right. So now if I turn this one on, oh, maybe they have to be on for the things to pass through. So let's see what happens when we have all these on. All right, so now this will produce a seed. Nope. So there's got to be something that you do to have it pass certain things on. So it stores seeds and it moves the other stuff through. All right, so let's go ahead and harvest everything and see if that seed is still sitting in there. There's nothing in this one now. Yeah, it says plant potato seeds. So it sees the seeds from this one. So now if I harvest, Wait. Plant seed, harvest potato, harvest potato. Something gave an error just now. I heard it. Oh, this one's already plant potato seed. Okay, plant potato seed, 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 clear potato, plant potato seed, plant potato seed. I'll shut up now, sorry. So it's not an error message I'm hearing. It's basically setting its state to 0 once a potato seed is planted, because there's really nothing else you can do with that plant until it fruits. Okay, now the question remains, how do I pass on what's in these shoots? So let's... No! I always do this. Come on. And we missed nightfall. So we don't know if that thing turned off or not. But we should be able to see if the... Come on. All right. We're alive. Let the suit recharge real quick. Drain all the waste tank. Turn it on. Poorly. And we didn't see if the light turned off or not. Turn it off. Now it's in darkness. Let it sit for a few minutes. Oh, that's interesting. They're still in darkness, even with the separate grow light on. So I think this is meant to be like a self-contained system. And what is this handle thing here? Oh, that's not a handle. That's the hydroponics. That's the spray. That's where the water is being distributed from. Okay, turn that off. Okay. Moderately well, moderately well. So let's do this. Let's try this then. We're going to change it from setting to on. first, we want to reread this thing. We changed the setting from 5 to 1, basically. Yep, setting is now 1. And I don't know what that does to this thing. Okay. But we're gonna change, we're gonna leave that for now. There's no way for us to change that without adding more logic here and a memory set to 5 so that we can set it back to 5. Or we wait until the plants die or are harvested and then we can rebuild it again so that it goes back to its default setting. So we're going to leave that as is for right now. But for the logic writer, what we're going to do is we're going to read from the daylight sensor. Whoops. Daylight. We're going to write to the hydroponic station. We're going to write to its on. Okay. Right now it's daylight. The system is on. Once night falls, the hydroponic station will turn off for the evening, and it'll wait until the morning to turn back on again. We'll wait another day, we'll come back, and we'll check on that, and we'll see if... Oh, man. How did that happen? I could have sworn I changed that. So have I been on the start stream the whole time? For over an hour. Okay. We're just going to cut that part out. So I just found out I left my stream start screen up for the last hour. I don't know how I missed that. Faldoma, CO2 ratio, get a plant analyzer. It will tell you everything you need to know. So, a plant analyzer is what? Hello, Faldoma. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I missed your comment until now. Plant analyzer. Plant genetic analyzer. Can be used to process samples from the plant sampler. Produced with gold, copper, and steel. And a sampler. Iron and copper. All right, let's go work on these guys. Oh, that could have been bad. Okay, so right now they're growing moderately well. We're hoping that means that we're past whatever was causing the problem to begin with, but I've never used a plant analyzer or sampler before, so I'm eager to try that out anyway. So we are going to build that. We're probably going to build it, well, we may be moving this stuff out. We don't need this storage in here anymore. Since we're just going to be harvesting a handful of plants in here, and the rest of the maintenance is going to be going on in the greenhouse. So yeah, let's finish with the recap since we need to edit out that first hour. So we installed a hydroponic station between episodes, and after a couple of days, all the plants I put in here, the first batch that I put in here, they just died. I think it's because this thing just stays on the whole time with this grow light, and they never actually get darkness. I turned it off for a little bit on this second batch a few moments ago, and they went from growing poorly to moderately well again. So I'm thinking that's what it is. So I've installed a logic writer in here that is leveraging the daylight sensor that we were using before for the old hydroponic trays that were in here to turn on this grow light. And instead of turning on the grow light, it's just turning on the hydroponic station during the day, and it'll turn it off in the evenings. And hopefully that'll resolve the problem. But as one of the viewers just told me, I can get a plant analyzer and use that to determine exactly what's going wrong with these plants when things go wrong again, and kind of get ahead of the problem that way as well. So we're going to go do that. We're going to print those out and get those ready. And then we'll probably turn back to, well, let's see. This should be turning off. Right now the logic state is on. It's reading the daylight sensor. The sun's gone down. Well, you can still see a little bit of light on the horizon. Man, that sounds so violent every time I touch this thing. See, I was hoping to see it turn off by now. See, it still says state 1. Where is the logic reader for the daylight sensor? That's the lights. That's daylight. Daylight sensor, activate 1. Oh, it's not on. Oh, that's right. I turned it off to keep that from turning on. So where's the logic writer for that? Looks like it's in that tile. Yeah, it's right here. And it's off too, so we don't have to worry about this thing coming on or off. Not that it matters. I already tested it, and this thing doesn't seem to respond to that at all. With this on and this part off, it still showed the plants were in darkness. Oh, this one's thriving now. So I think we did solve the problem. But like I said, I still want to print out and play with the plant analyzer and the sampler, because I've never used them before. And I kill my plants a lot, so they'll probably come in really handy anyway. Okay, let's grab a little bit more food again. We got a lot of potatoes just kind of dying in the crate, in the chutes in here. So we're going to go back to the greenhouse real quick, clear out those chutes, bring all those potatoes in and refrigerate them. And then we'll hold off on the rest of the Harvey experimentation until we're ready to do some logic stuff with them. I'm already trying to think about how I would code the IC logic to come on. So there's a potato sitting there, potatoes there, potatoes there. Looks like there's nothing in there. Okay. Okay, so I can already tell just by looking at these, what's happening is it's pushing what's in the chute or what's in its hopper is being pushed based on what else is in the system behind it. So when this thing produces a seed that gets pushed into the hopper, then when you actually no, the first thing gets pushed through as it goes in. So whatever this thing processes into its hopper is pushed. If it's a chute, it just pushes something into the chute. And I think when in regards to a chute will just allow it to push out automatically. So the rest of these are going to have like a potato in it. So if I were to remove this Harvey, a potato would fall out of the chute. Yep. That should be most of them. So there should be nothing in this one anymore. Yep. There should be nothing in here. Yeah. So the chutes will push through to the next available space. Once it gets to the Harvey, if there's something in its hopper already, it'll stop there. Otherwise, it'll push all the way into the Harvey. So when we were opening in this direction, whatever this thing was harvesting was being pushed into this Harvey, where it would sit. It's only when this thing processes something into its hopper that it moves whatever's inside it into the next chute. And the chute will just keep pushing it into the next Harvey, where it will sit until that thing has to make room for something in its hopper. Okay. So there's got to be something on the Harveys themselves. I think that's all of them. Yeah. Okay, there's going to be potatoes sitting in the Harveys themselves, but I don't know if those are going to be rotten or not. Okay, that's all the potatoes we can carry, really. All right. We'll throw these in the refrigerator. And we'll figure out how we're going to process the next parts. I mean, realistically, we should be able to determine what we need to from here. Happy, dead. Okay. There's shoot input, shoot output, connection. Occupied, occupant hash, quantity, damage, sorting class, prefab hash, max quantity class, reference ID. Okay, so we can write to harvest, power mode, activate lock, error harvest, plant. So there should be a way to push or export. Okay, so it's got an export slot, import slot. So when the export slot is occupied, activate? We'll see. We'll work on that a little later. All right. Moderately well, moderately well, moderately well. Sun's coming up again. We missed another night. Yeah, the thing turned off when we started, and now it's on again. So these things were in darkness for a while. They're growing moderately well. Hopefully that means we're out of the woods there. Let's turn off the light. And let's get back to work outside. All right, let's go print a plant analyzer and a genetic sampler. Oh, wait, wrong way. My helmet was already closed. There. So only the sampler is considered a tool. I guess the analyzer is going to be like an appliance. I'll probably have to set it up on a table. Why aren't you on? Okay. All right. Needs a battery. We'll want to print up another small battery for it. Yeah, one should be enough. Well, we need to charge it. Okay. So we got ourselves a working plant sampler. And now we need a plant analyzer. And that'll take a little bit of time to produce. All right, let's get back to our code. All right, move you over here, move you over here. Okay, so where we left off, okay, this is what's on the IC chip now. So every time you start, it's going to go back to what's on the IC chip. But we've already made changes to this script, and they are located here. So let's load this. All right, so we've added our definitions for successful settings for the east and the south array solar panels. We've added a step to our start loop that checks for nightfall. If nightfall begins, we will jump to park, which will then jump to rest. Once in rest, we're just waiting until daylight is triggered again. And then we jump back to start. All right. when we jump to park, that it'll just set the panels to look to the east and face optimal direction for the rising sun. And then that happens just one time when the setting switches from day to night. And then rest just sits in idle until the next time it switches from night back to day. But how do we check for daylight? So we've got the daylight sensor. So we need an alias for is daylight. Let's set it to R3 right now. Okay. So, is daylight. Okay. I'm going to do both. Is daylight, is nightfall. R4. The reason we're doing this is because I want is daylight to be, to default to 1. So how would we do that? How would we default daylight to 1? Is it move? Is daylight 1? All right, so we would load is daylight sensor. We want the daylight sensor. Mode 0 is default, mode 1 is horizontal, mode 2 is vertical. Default gives you all the extra things. Okay, so I believe activate is what we read to determine if it's daylight or not. Waste tank critical. So we're going to say activate. Oh, it is daylight sensor activate. We're not going to confirm yet. We're going to save. And we're going to go save our life. I forgot waste tank was already low. Ever since we switched to the nitrogen oxygen mix, waste tank fills up super fast. Oh, there's our analyzer. And yeah, it looks like an appliance. Okay. So now we want to load. All right. is daylight sensor. Load is daylight sensor activate. If less than or equal to 0, okay, so SLES is nightfall, is daylight. So SLES is nightfall, is daylight. So really, so if not daylight, then nightfall. So if nightfall, how do we handle an if statement? We want to jump execution to line A and store next line number if device is not set. Jump execution to line A and store next line number if device is set. So we might do this way then. BDN sal. Sensor activate. Jump execution to line A. So if the sensor activate is 0, it would jump to park. BDN sal sensor activate. Start. No. BD seal. BD start. Otherwise, jump rest. I don't like that. We need like a pause or a wait. To nearest integer. Yield is good. We want to put a yield at the end of every... Okay. Now I wonder if this will work. So we're not actually using these yet. So we can't do that. All right. All right, let's go ahead and confirm it. Let's see if we get any errors. Let's head upstairs and take a look. I've got no room in my inventory. I'm wondering if I should go check on that analyzer. It's possible it's getting, because it looks like it's blowing right into the room. No, it's not damaged. But we're going to hold on to it just to be safe. Okay. Damage is at 20%. It's not flashing an error. Why is that 545 bytes? It's smaller than it was before. It started at 609. Did I make a mistake? Damage is getting up there on these things. We should probably tear them down. But I don't have the inventory space for that right now. We definitely don't want to lose them. All right. Let's see if I can stick this guy somewhere. Yeah, I think the grid sunlight is the activate setting. I need to understand why that's 545 bytes down from 609 bytes, which is what it was before I changed it. Let's get out our crowbar and our glass. Filter low. Looks like these have taken the most damage. We'll try and save these first. Can only store 5 at a time, right? And I don't have room to put them anywhere. See if we can find a place to stash them for now. Whoa. That was unexpected. Okay. Stick them there. So in the other room, I need space for one more slot. Yeah. Get rid of you guys. Take you, put you here, put you there. Is there anything here I don't care about? Hydration critical. Well, I used to have a water bottle out here, but I don't see it anymore. I think it blew away, actually. All right. Well, we should have room for the other solar panels. Let's go tear those down before we lose them completely. Oh, well, the storm's dying down. All right, we can repair them though. Waste tank caution. We just replaced it. SPD East. Copy. Paste. 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 All right. SPD South. Copy. Paste. 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 All right. 99% efficiency. 79%. And that's because you're behind the other ones. All right. So they're working during the day with the new code. My daughter is playing Repo with her friends. I can hear them. I can hear her screaming from her bedroom. There's something dramatic happening right now. All right, so let's take a look here. How did we go down to 545? I'm really not sure. But it seems like everything is working, at least during the day. Let's go drain our waste tank. I mean, if we're going to go inside, we're going to recharge the suit anyway, but it's a good practice to, and now that I've seen this, I have to fix it. All right. So my waste tank was low. It just filled up rather quickly this time. All right. Do we have... No, we put it over here. Excuse me. Okay. That's what I figured. All right, let's take a look at these plants now. Growing moderately well, growing moderately well. They're already, this was the one that was thriving. All right, got our sample. Goes in here, turn it on. What? All right, let's recharge the suit. Turn on the light. Do I?
She put it for a friend.
Yeah, I can hear them. Oh, there we go.
She said, why do you put a password? My mom said, get in the bathroom?
There we go. Oh, I love this. Okay. All right, growth temperature range looks nominal. Growth pressure range, growth speed multiplier. Light per day, 4 minutes. Darkness per day, 3 minutes. Gas production, water usage. Undesired gas resistance. Time until drought damage. Time until toxin damage. Time until frozen damage. This is interesting. Okay, but it looks like we're healthy. Looks like we're happy. That's the thriving one, though. Let's see what this one back here says. Okay, it's a little bit colder. Still looks like it's in the optimal range. The optimal range I know is 20 degrees C as per the wiki, but I'm assuming blue here is optimal as well. So 18.8 to 29.6. We're actually kind of square in the middle of that, so we should still be above 20. Growth pressure range 49 to 100. Speed, darkness. So yeah. That's pretty cool. So at least at the, it looks like we've confirmed what we've already theorized. We've accounted for the system being on and off to give the plants some darkness when we can. And yeah, we should be able to have some soybean and some potato going on in here. And they should grow relatively well without dying like they did the first time, because this thing was on the whole time for 2 days straight and never allow the plants to rest in darkness. Okay. So turn that off. We don't need the analyzer all the time, so we'll just leave it in here. We'll leave it with its battery because we don't need another excess battery out there now. Ugh. So yeah, all we need to do now is wait for nightfall, which is going to happen soon, to see if our logic is going to work and do what we want it to do to park the... oh, I should have grabbed some food. And I forgot to turn off the lights. But yeah, we want to see if the panels will park themselves and if the IC will switch to its low power mode during the evening. Which it looks like that's about to happen any second now. They're still tracking. They're already at 0%. Okay, grid sunlight's already false. So it looks like what we're using to read sunlight is not correct. Oh, I wish you could hear my daughter. She is having an incredible time. Solar angle, solar irradiance. What does solar irradiance read right now? 0 watt. So maybe it's solar irradiance that we use? Let's try it. I may not have this command right. BD and Sal. Sensor solar radiance. Park. Solar irradiance. Let's see if that does it. No. So I think I have the syntax wrong on that command. I've never used this kind of command before, so let's take a look at it again. BD seal. Jump execution to line. BD seal to line A. And store next line number if device is set. Okay, so I think right, I like that better. Okay, we're going to get rid of you. You didn't do what we wanted anyway. And get rid of you. We're going to bring these back. Okay. All right, BG, EL, BL. Okay, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. Okay, so branch to line C if A is greater than or equal to B. So So we don't need as nightfall in this context. We need 0. Easy. So BEQZ is daylight. Park. Okay. All right, so now we're going to have to detect this. Is daylight sensor activate? B. It's going to be greater than. If A is greater than. What were we using? BE, okay. BG. If twice D isn't set, jump back to line A and store next line. Okay, let's do this. Let's do BEQ. Q is daylight 1. Then we just go to start. else we rest. Looks like daylight's coming up already. All right, we're 164 and 145. It doesn't look like they're moving. Sunlight false. Sunlight switched to true. 164, 146. They are starting to move now. Okay. We are going to quick save. And we are going to switch our orbit timescale. Actually, let's get ready to switch it back really fast. 449, 358, 204, 7. Let's round it off. Okay, that's saved. Orbit timescale 0.005. All right. We can probably go a little bit faster. All right. Okay. We just want to see if these things will park themselves as the sunlight switches from true to false. False. Okay. Load world. Where's our quick save? I guess this is our quick save. Okay, so activate didn't do what we wanted it to do. Solar radiance is our next big opportunity, so let's take a look at that. So, load is daylight sensor. Well, are we using the right command there? No. Loads device logic type to register by housing index value. We're We're loading its index, or are we loading activate, read, write? See, it doesn't tell us the data types inside. All right. Let's get a reader out and test it. We got some memory on us. Ah. Oh. Okay. Now, put that back over here. Put you back over here. We want to read from the daylight sensor. All right, mode is 0. Activate is 1. All right, let's switch to night. Actually, you know what? Let's save again. All right. Now let's switch to nighttime. Do we still have it saved? We do. So orbit, timescale, 0.01. Activate is still 1. Nope, activate just switched to 0. So this is about the time that the, see, they're not. So either load is not the command I think it is. Deconstruct, don't deconstruct. Is daylight sensor activate? Sensors D0. D0 is, I mean, everything else is working, so we know it's looking at the daylight sensor. Yeah. No other devices. Did I miss any more comments? No. Okay. So, okay, first let's reset our session. So activate does switch from 1 to 0 when night falls. So that part is right. That's that part we want. Oh, wait. Leave session. Exit. Load world. So there was another save. So I think the save we want is this one. Okay. Activate 1. No, don't tear it apart. All right. Move is daylight 1. So let's make sure we know what we're doing here when we say move. Why aren't you? Okay, register equals provided number or register value. S stores register value to logic type on device by housing index value. Okay. L loads device logic type to register by housing index value. So we're assuming that's the same as what the reader's doing. There's get. Using the provider device attempts to read the stack value at the provided address and places it in the register. Oh. Is that what's happening? So should this be get? Get is daylight sensor. Activate registered device. Well, I mean, we're using load for the vertical and horizontal values, and those are working. Is we're to waste tank critical. Oh, wrong place. Come on. All right. So is there a way to print a value so we can see what it's returning? List, no. Load batch name. Store bash name, store bash slot. Okay. Let's go work. Let's go eat. We don't want to eat that. Seating, 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 seats. Okay. Okay. We've eaten. We're fine. Let's get back out there. I feel like we're very close. I'm just missing something kind of obvious or easy. Could have sworn I closed my helmet, or did I open my helmet when I thought I was closing my helmet? Okay. Daylight sensor activate. Horizontal is reading a value. Vertical is reading a value. Solar angle is a value. Daylight sensor on equals 0. Prefab hash. Solar irradiance. Reference ID. Name hash. Mode. Activate is 0. Daylight sensor on equals 0. So is on and activate the same thing? Or are they two different data types? The daylight sensor reader in here it should also be activate, but maybe I was using on instead. Nope, it's reading activate. So activate is correct as far as the trigger, the condition for the command. It's the command itself that I'm using incorrectly. Okay. So what does that command need to be then? Let's take a look at some other code. There's some other code in here. Solar tracking, day-night switch. This guy, let's see what he's doing. Set less than equal to 0, temp, vertical angle. Batch not equal. Is night time. All right, so set less than equal to 0, temp, v angle. What is start clock and start data? Start data to main RA. Move hash. Load var. Wow. Load batch temp hash prefab hash minimum. This is push temp. I don't know. This uses a completely different. I mean, it goes above and beyond what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be as small and efficient as possible. This is going a different way. And it's completely fine. I know it serves its own purposes for the person that wrote it. Jump execution to line A and store the next line number in RA. Let's see, what's RA? Problem is it's not getting the same value that I'm getting, so I can't confirm. So I'm assuming activate is going to be a 0 or 1 value. That's what we see when we look at the reader. That's how it seems to respond when we're using the writer. Simple. Okay. But we're running out of time, so I'm going to leave it off of here. Unfinished, unaccomplished. We did not do what we set out to do. We did not. We're there. We're close. We're very close. See, no, this is, it's still tracking. All right. What's wrong?
Okay, look at properties and they
Yeah. But we'll figure it out in the next episode. I'll take a look at some other people's work and see if anybody else is doing what I'm trying to do and how they're calling the commands. Because I think more than anything, I'm having an issue with the syntax issue. Syntactically, what I'm trying to do is possible and workable. At least logically it is. But the way I'm using these commands is not the way that you're supposed to do it for this particular method. So I need to understand what I'm doing wrong and what the proper procedure is in this method, particularly in that call function. Oh, I don't think it's the load value. Come on. There we go. I don't think it's the load value. I think that's right. I think this is what I'm doing wrong somehow. BEQZ. 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 Branch to line B if A is equal to 0. So I think RA is return address. So you send it to that loop, it runs through that loop, and then it returns here when it yields or jumps. I don't know. But here we're assuming is daylight is going to have a value of 0 from sensor activate when sensor activate is 0. And that does not seem to be the case. Yeah. But that's it for now. I'm going to go. I promised my daughter I'd play with her today in Repo. We might stream that. We've been recording it. We did post some of that to the YouTube channel. So if you like content like that, check out youtube.com/Archegos. Be sure to like, subscribe, and or follow if you enjoyed this episode as well. I will be cutting out that first hour that I left the start screen on. We did recap everything, so I don't think contextually we're losing anything by not showing that to anybody who comes and watches the replay. But yeah, aside from that, I'm happy with the quality of my streams overall. So if you like it, there's more content like that. Just check me out every day. And yeah, a little bit of a shorter episode, but it's Saturday morning. We've got lots of plans. Lots of stuff we want to film for the other channel today, so I'll probably be on and off most of the day while we work through some of that content together. Anyway, thanks again. Appreciate the new follower, the new subscriber, and until next time, you guys be safe.